Okay, I'm obsessed with Netipot and nasal irrigation, and I'm ridiculously excited to do a little review of several different kinds of nasal irrigation formulas out there. So I like to use Alkalol with saline. So here's my stash. This is just a plain old bottle of saline. This one in the blue is microfiltered from Rite Aid. Alkalol, that's what I usually use. That Xlear I've never tried before, but I'm excited about trying it. The Neilmed is one that is very, very common that many, many singers use. And then this is Simply Saline. So we're gonna look at all of those today. So we're gonna start with Simply Saline. I would say the pros of this would be it's simple, it's easy. You can take it with you, unless you're on a plane. And I believe it just has salt and water and sodium bicarbonate to adjust the pH. That's important, so your passages do not burn. So you can just do a little snort here, just to get a little bit up in there. If you want to loosen some stuff up, I won't get too graphic. Or you can do an irrigation. Let me show you. So you're gonna push down and insert, and you're gonna. Okay, so here's my thoughts on this one. Because it was propelled up into my sinuses, it kind of tickled a little bit. And I didn't feel like I was getting very much up in there. And it really felt like it was mostly just dripping out the same side that I was sending it up. So I have this. I don't use it very often, but in a pinch, if I just need to loosen up some stuff, I will use that. Okay, next, Neilmed. Do I really want to use this? Okay. Pros and cons. So, again, this is just a saline solution. Oh, this is already pre-mixed. Look at that. That's nice. And then it comes with additional packets in the box. You can also buy a big thing of them, like that. So the idea is you put one salt packet in the bottle, and then you fill the rest up with distilled water, and then you blast your sinuses. So I'm opening this up. So again, it's very simple ingredients, so that would be a pro, I would think. This is very, very popular with singers. I've tried it a couple times, and it didn't really work for me. I think just because of the angle and all that stuff. I think the biggest con of this is you're really supposed to wash and sterilize the bottle after every use. And to be honest, I'm kind of too lazy to do that. So we're gonna give this a go. And you always wanna have your head forward a little bit. If you're back like this, it's gonna go in your ear. But let's see if I can even get this to cooperate with me. Oh, there you go. The taste of that is a little bit funky, maybe because it's been sitting in the bottle for a while. I'm not sure. Okay, so pros. I got a nice flush there, for sure. Cons, because I was squeezing, it felt like there's actually quite a bit of pressure up into my sinuses here, so I might need to play around with how much pressure I'm using, because I kind of got that pool water in the sinuses kind of feel just a little bit. Also, there's a lot of water in here, so you're supposed to do the whole thing, you know, half on one side and half on the other until the whole bottle is gone. So to me, that seems like overkill, maybe more than I need. I don't know. So that's that one. Next, let me do this one. This is a microfiltered sinus wash. So, oh, the pros of this, it has its own filter. How cool is that? An interesting little spout there. It comes with a bunch of salt packets. A bunch. Okay, glasses again, sorry. So this says, same thing, sodium chloride and sodium bicarbonate. You don't want to use table salt. It's not pH balanced. Okay, where are the instructions, people? Here we go. Okay, instructions. New built-in water filter. Isotonic or hypotonic. Okay, so if you want to make it really super concentrated, you would do 2 saline packets. If you want just to like maintain what you got going on, then you would use 1. So I'm going to do that. It says Begin slowly, especially with children. A full bottle of solution is not necessary to receive the full benefit. Oh, that's good. If the solution is too warm or too cold, the nasal wash will be uncomfortable. If stinging or irritation occurs, try using 1 packet of dry ingredients per bottle. Gradually work up using the solution at full strength using 2 packets. Okay, directions. Before first use, wash your hands and rinse the bottle with warm tap water and empty. Oops, I didn't do that. Let me do that. I'm going to empty out that salt. I'm going to rinse it out. Next, fill the bottle with warm tap water and place the cap on the bottle and tighten securely. Oh, so you have to like flush the filter. Okay, but I think this is just the first time. So I'm putting the lid on. I think once you do this, you don't have to do it every time. Oh, this is a very squishy bottle. So then they're saying to squeeze it. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to squeeze it in the sink. I'm going down low here. See, there we go. Okay, until bottle is empty and no water flows from the comfort tip. Repeat the filling and emptying process 2 additional times. The microfilter system is now ready for use. Okay, you don't need to witness this. I'm going to turn you off. I'll be right back. And I'm back. So I did it 2 more times. And now I'm going to put my little salt packet in here. So I was reading the instructions while I was doing that rinsing. And it says that this is certified to treat 50 gallons of water, which is enough to fill the bottle 800 times. Basically, 4 uses a day. Who does that? 4 uses a day for 6 months. Okay, that's pretty good. And then they have a little thing where you can enter the date that you first used it. Okay, so in addition to distilled water or commercially bottled water, the microfilter system can be used with tap water. Woo! But only if it's safe for drinking. Okay, so now I have my little solution in here. I'm just using 1 salt packet because I've already done nasal irrigation with 2 different things already today, so I don't think I need more. Okay, so inspect the filter media for any signs of damage or discoloration. Well, I think that we're fine. And replace the cap on the bottle and tighten securely. Gently shake the bottle until the dry ingredients have completely dissolved. I think I've done that. Invert the bottle so the comfort tip is facing up. Lean over the sink with your head bent down so you are looking directly into the basin. Place the comfort tip up the right nostril and gently insert the tip so that it forms a comfortable seal. Aim the tip at the back of your head, not the top of your head. Oh, that's good. Squeeze the bottle gently so that the solution enters the right nostril. Do not inhale or snort the solution. In a few moments, the solution will begin to drain out the left nostril. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, we're going to try this. Here we go. Let's see how I do. Okay, I have a comfortable seal, and I'm pointed towards the back of my head. I'm going to try the other side. I'm interested to know how it filters the tap water, but it doesn't filter the salt. I'm very interested to know this, because it is definitely saline coming out. Okay, so here's my thoughts, pros and cons. It was kind of a pain. Okay, so it's kind of a pain to flush it out, but I think once you do that, then you're good to go the rest of the time. I like how precise and clear the directions are. I think that's super helpful. I like that you don't have to use filtered or distilled water. That's super good. However, again, we have that sensation of like my sinuses were burning, which I don't usually get with the system that I use. But I think I was squeezing the bottle harder than I should have. When I switched nostrils, I eased back on the pressure and I went really, really slow, and that was more comfortable for me. It's still a little weird to feel the water being forced up into your sinuses as opposed to just letting gravity do it, like a traditional Netipot. I didn't do a traditional Netipot because I just didn't want to do it. I don't know. So I just decided to do these other ones for this particular review. So anyway, that's this guy. Next, Alkalol. Now this is what I use. Pros, it's been around for a long, long, long time and nobody's sued them, so it must not be too bad. It's got a little bit of a weak kind of a Listerine smell to it, which sounds terrifying, but it's actually not. It has essential oils in it, and it really it leaves you feeling minty fresh. in your nose, which is kind of interesting and invigorating. It comes with its own little thing in every box. This is the nasal wash cup, and I'm going to show you how to use that too. So it's pretty convenient. You can dilute it. It's a concentrated solution, so if you want it weaker, you can have it weaker. If you want it stronger, you can have it stronger. Then what I do is I add a packet of saline. This is just water, and I add a packet of saline to it, and I keep it in the shower. That's a huge pro for me, is that I can do it in the shower. And that way I don't worry about getting the wet all over me. Okay, so I did about 3/4 alcohol because I like it strong. And then about 1/4 of the saline, I'm gonna add it on top. And then with this, you cover the hole here with your finger, and then you insert the tip into your nose. It's so delicate. And then you're gonna let go and do the same thing with your head and all that stuff. Okay, so alcohol, what I like about it is it's convenient. You can use it in the shower. It comes with its own little thing. You don't have to sterilize this. They say rinse it out after every use and then just let it air dry. I like that a lot because I'm lazy. Shh, don't tell anyone. And you know, compliance is a big thing. If you're the kind of person that you know, like I know, I am not going to sterilize this bottle in between every use. And I also don't want a brain-eating bacteria in my head because I didn't wash it out because I'm too lazy. There are some of them that are dishwasher safe. The ones that I got, I mean, I didn't read the instructions really closely to see if they're dishwasher safe, but I know that with these larger things, it is important that you clean them. Okay, so that's the alcohol. Okay, so now we have our last one. This is very exciting. In order to do this, I'm gonna have to get water. So I'll be right back. I'm back. So we're gonna say I washed and rinsed this thoroughly. We're gonna pour this in, and they're saying 8 ounces of water. There's a fill line. Gosh, it's hard to read. I'm old. I think this is the fill line right here. I've purified water. And I just realized that I didn't wash and rinse this stuff. So I'm gonna do that now. All right, so here's my thing. I'm gonna put it in this bottle. I'm gonna shake it up. Okay, ready? Here we go. I'm assuming everything else was the same. I would read the instructions probably thoroughly before trying this, but I'm gonna go with what I already know about nasal irrigation because I'm a pro. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna give this a second to sit in there. This did not burn at all. Okay, so cons, you gotta wash the bottle. You know how I feel about that. I don't like to wash the bottle. You have to use distilled water, just like pretty much everything else. But what I didn't feel is this bottle's a little more rigid, and so there's a little more resistance when I squeezed it, so I didn't feel the pressure in my sinuses. I didn't feel any burning in my sinuses. And I know that's a big thing for a lot of people, the burning in the sinuses, so I didn't feel that. It didn't have an unpleasant taste. It was like sweet and salty at the same time, like salted caramel. It's not, but sweet and salty. Yeah, I kind of like it. The back of my throat feels a little thick. Okay, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna go back to my alcohol, and I'm gonna do this solution. So now this is saline and xylitol. About half. You guys tracking with me? And now about half of the alcohol. And we're gonna see how this works. Ready? This is really nice. So now I've done it 6 times. Fantastic. So I wonder what the world record is for how many times you Netipot in 1 hour. Because I think that was 6. Yeah, I kind of really like the xylitol with the alcohol. Not what I expected, but I like that. So here's my recommendations, my pick. I like these 2 together. Let me get the boxes. I like these 2 together in the this little cup because then I can do it in the shower, right? And I also like this with just the saline. It's still going to be my go-to probably. After that, I think I like the convenience of this over the Neilmed because I'm just too lazy. Quite frankly, I'm just too lazy. And then this would be like last resort if I was traveling or something and I needed something and I didn't have access to my supplies. So hopefully this helps. Those of you that haven't tried nasal irrigation or Netipot and you're interested in giving it a try, I really recommend it. Unless there's a reason why you think that you shouldn't. Like if you have little tiny sinuses, or if your doctor tells you you're not a good candidate for it for whatever reason. But if you suffer from nasal allergies, if you feel like you have a lot of blockage up there, if you have post-nasal drip, this is the go-to for that. And I was recommended by many, many doctors to me over the years, and I always blew them off. I was like, I don't want to deal with that. And then about 7 or 8 years ago, I'm like, I really should give this a chance because my voice was really getting just unmanageable with all the post-nasal drip that I had. And now I use it every day. I will never go back. I love it that much. So anyway, hopefully this helps. And enjoy washing your nose, your nasal hygiene. It's important. Okay, bye.